That's an intro. That's staying in. Welcome to the DP Media Podcast. I'm Brian. That's Dylan. We have a few good movies to be reviewing. This is our Valentine's Day episode, so everything's going to be all Valentine's Day or love, rom-com type deal themed.
It's all lovey-dovey.
Yep. All right, so first one we're starting off with is the new one from Amazon Prime, which is the new Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon movie. Oh, I'm sorry. Should we start by discussing the new Mortal Kombat?
You usually do movie news.
I was about to say, yeah, my bad. We'll start with movie news first. Our next movie is the new Will Ferrell movie. But movie news is going to be, they have showed us Carl Urban as, what's his name? Johnny Cage for the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Johnny Cage.
What do you think about that? He looked pretty good.
I still think he should have been Kano.
He 100% should have been Kano. That is the perfect casting for Kano, but I really like Carl Urban, so I will give him a chance as Johnny Cage. And he brings a certain charisma to Butcher that would have been good for Kano, but I feel like he can bring that charisma to a Johnny Cage style character.
Maybe.
I'm so excited that
it really makes me mad that in the Mortal Kombat movie you have to have a mark to have special powers.
I don't like that either.
That really makes me mad.
Yeah, I totally agree. That is one of those stupid aspects of the movie. That and the character.
Yeah, the character they brought in for no reason.
Why add your own character? We had a great roster of characters. I did like that the first one was just setting up the tournament. I kind of like that. Give us a movie to get to know our characters before they put in life and death situations. Really.
Yeah. I think instead of Cole, they should have just focused on bringing Scorpion back from the dead.
Yeah, that would definitely be
because everybody was so excited for I forget his name, but about him playing.
I know who you're talking about. I can't pronounce his name because he's a big actor and like that.
Yeah, everybody is so excited about him playing Scorpion, and then like he's in the movie as Scorpion for like 5 minutes.
You got to admit that that's a really good finale. If you're going to end a Mortal Kombat movie like that, end it with a Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight. At least the first one. Yeah. Because that's the most iconic fights in all the trailers of all the video games.
Every Mortal Kombat trailer, except for the recent one, is Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other.
Yeah, because they're the rivals, and honestly, I think that the sequel is going to really benefit from a theatrical release. Now they couldn't do the first one due to COVID. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, the first one had a fantastic streaming release. It was received great. I gave it a 4.5. I think I enjoyed the movie so much.
I don't know that special mark thing really dropped it down. For
yeah,
me.
I would say because we were going to rewatch it in October when the new one comes out. But I'd say on a rewatch I'll probably drop down to a 4. I'd say I won't go lower than a 4. Because seeing some of these really iconic characters, because the first 2 Mortal Kombat movies that were given to us.
So we did get some new trailers though.
For what?
The Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, we got over that. We got a new trailer during the Super Bowl. Was it?
Yeah, I think
so. Or right before the Super Bowl, for Sentry.
Yeah.
So it really gave us a look into Sentry and the Void. You say you didn't know who Sentry was, right?
I know who Sentry is. I recently read up on the Void.
Yeah, the Void is like his dark alter ego. Yeah. I am so excited to see the Sentry because he is like the Marvel's Superman. Yeah. And he has like this alter ego called the Void that's kind of like a Bruce Banner and Hulk type deal, but the Void is pure evil. I'm so excited to see that. Like, the Thunderbolts might be one of my more anticipated Marvel properties. It's definitely Fantastic Four and then Thunderbolts. I think my least anticipated is the new Captain America we're watching tomorrow.
Yeah, I want that movie to be good, but I don't think it will.
I've seen so many early reviews on it so far, and not one of them have been positive.
All right, so stay tuned for ours next week.
Yeah, next week we're definitely doing our review on Captain America. I'm excited for that. Did any other new trailers come out? I don't think so. It's really just the Mortal Kombat and the Thunderbolts.
I don't know. Somebody mentioned something about a previous Super Bowl commercial that happened years ago, and I've been thinking about it.
What was it?
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh, shut up. Shut up, Puppy Monkey Baby.
I've been doing it at work all day, Puppy Monkey Baby.
It just starts randomly doing that at times.
Yeah.
But that's all the movie news. We're stoked for the new Mortal Kombat. So excited to see Captain America, because one of the big things about it, though, is when you go to a Marvel movie, it's an event. But there's a problem with this event. There's been no tickets sold in our theater. I'm
really enjoying the popcorn buckets, though.
Oh my gosh, I think this is the most popcorn buckets I've ever seen for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, no, Deadpool had a lot.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
Deadpool Wolverine had a lot.
But, I mean, besides Deadpool Wolverine, like this, they've had 4 or 5 buckets?
Well,
in just Cinemark alone. Not to mention the AMC exclusive, the Regal exclusives that we can't get because they're not in our area.
Yeah, I don't...
We'll definitely be bringing the popcorn buckets and cups next week to show them off.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing so many popcorn buckets for this.
I don't either. Well, it's a Marvel movie, so there's a lot of characters.
I only know Captain America and the Red Hulk. And that's all they're advertising on these popcorn buckets.
That's true. Well, I mean, this is the first appearance of the Red Hulk, so it is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I've also heard, I'm not sure it is, but I've heard people say that all the Red Hulk is in the trailer.
I almost 100% guarantee that.
Yeah. Fix your mic down a little bit lower where it's pointed at you instead of at your forehead.
Oh, wait, I clicked a button by accident.
So,
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Okay. But, nevertheless, we'll save the rest of that chit chatter for Captain America for next week, because I'm excited. But like I said, before we do move on, we have no tickets sold in our theater.
None?
I think there was one.
Oh, we got to share the theater with that guy?
Yeah, I guess. Well, depends on what showtime we go to, but I checked all the showtimes, and the one that we're looking to go to was 1 ticket sold.
Oh, man, we got to share the theater, man.
I assume there'll probably be at least 10 people. At the very, very least.
I don't know. I still feel like we should get our tickets in advance. This probably seems like a movie that everybody's just going to show up to.
It could be. I'll probably get our tickets tonight. But anyway, we're going to move on to our first movie. It is like I said, the new Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon kind of rom-com, wedding, funny comedy movie. You Are Cordially Invited. What'd you rate this movie?
2.5 out of 5.
Same. We go 2.5 out of 5. You want to give me your thoughts on it?
There's only really one funny scene to me, and that was when he told Reese Witherspoon that she was going to be alone just like him, and then he tried to fade off into the crowd.
He done it real awkwardly.
Yeah, but he couldn't do it. So, actually, this movie is on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it.
That's the only reason we're not doing spoilers, because...
Yeah, but just to tell you what it's about, a dad books his daughter's wedding on an island where him and his dead wife got married, and a sister does the same thing for her little sister, and they double book their weddings, and they just end up sharing the venue, and a lot of chaos ensues.
Because they are two wildly different groups.
Yeah.
Like, one is a young couple, and the other one is comes from a family that really hates each other.
I will say, I did think it was kind of funny that one of the sisters was like, I've been on a diet for this wedding. I'm so weak. I can't even make a fist.
The really thick Southern accents, because our family's supposed to be from Alabama or Georgia or something. Yeah, the really, really thick Southern accents that are fake.
They're not fake.
They're not fake? They seem fake.
No, those are real.
You would know, Mr. Lived in Alabama your majority of your life.
I mean, if you go to the real city parts of Alabama, you won't run into too many of them, but if you go into the more southern, hometown type places, that's where the accents are. I
really found the alligator scene really funny.
Yeah, honestly, it was still, to me, was not as funny as when he tried to fade off into the crowd.
Yeah. There's a scene where, again, we're not doing spoiler free because it's a free movie. If you want to watch it, you should be able to watch it by now.
Yeah.
But there is a scene where he takes an alligator and puts it in a room, and he's like holding it on the bed, waiting for her to come in. And he kind of changes his mind and goes to get rid of this alligator, but it still bites her. And it's like they have to have somebody come in and check her out. And they're like, we don't know how an alligator got into her room still. Does anyone know? And he's like, he's covered in mud, head to toe. He's like, have no clue. Have no idea.
How did an alligator get into her room? What are you, the alligator police?
I found the movie a lot funnier than you did. Because I laughed at a few points of it.
I don't know. I think I was just disappointed because it was a Will Ferrell movie and it just was not over the top.
Yeah.
Like he usually is.
Well, and him and Reese Witherspoon really didn't have that good chemistry.
No,
they're
really.
Just two drastically different people.
Yeah, I did not expect them to get together.
Right at the end, like that was so forced. That was like, we got to have a happy ending, so let's make them fall in love at the end.
Yeah. You know, they're 10 years apart.
They look 10 years apart.
Yeah.
They definitely look 10 years apart.
Yeah.
It's a funny movie to watch during maybe this time of year, the Valentine's Day type deal. It's a good, I'm trying to say here, it's a good mix of, I would say comedy, but it's all right with storytelling. The story was good. I was all right with it. It was a good, like, time to kill.
It seems like a movie that would have something my mom would have watched while I just played and it was just on in the background.
I agree. I wasn't really impressed with it that much. Yeah, 2.5 out of 5. I don't think we have a lot to say about this one. It's kind of the worst one out of the ones we watched.
I wouldn't say it was the worst.
Listen, go ahead. All right, you want to say anything else or?
No, we're good. We're good on this one.
This one I think is the one you'll think is the worst because My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, it was the worst one.
Well, give me what your rating for it.
2 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
I liked it. Yeah, give me your thoughts on it first.
I didn't like the story.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I thought the story was its strongest aspect.
I don't know. It seemed like it was trying to give you this big twist, but it was just really predictable.
It was super predictable.
And I hated the way it was filmed. It was filmed like it was
like a TV movie.
Yeah.
It felt like a TV movie.
Or a soap opera.
Yeah. I agree. It did feel like a soap opera.
I didn't like the way it was filmed, like how it was a soap opera or something. I predicted the killer fairly early on in the movie. Like I had a good idea of who it was, and like halfway through the movie, I was like, okay, it's him.
So this movie is Jensen Ackles is the main character. It revolves around a small mining town, and there was a disaster in the mine. Coal miner, he's like the sole survivor, gets brought out into a coma.
Wait, it never says what they mine.
It's a coal mine. It is 110% a coal.
Are you sure?
I am positive it's a coal mine.
I don't know. I've never been in a coal mine.
I've been to a coal mine.
I've been to a coal mine. I've never been down in a coal mine.
I've seen pictures in a coal mine.
Yeah, and all the pictures I've seen, it seems like they're in a way lower ground than that.
I mean, it may just have been realistic.
True.
So it revolves around a mining town, and there was a disaster in the mine. One sole survivor. He wakes up in the hospital, goes on a killing rampage, kills a few people, and then he gets shot and is killed. Then 10 years later, the owner's son comes back, who's Jensen Ackles, and he's going to sell the mine. And as soon as he comes to town, the killings start up again. They think it's the guy who was killed. They think it's him coming back and killing everyone off. It's a guess who done it killer movie, and you can guess who done it pretty freaking quickly.
Yeah,
yeah. I even predicted the ending on the way down here because like before we were setting everything up, I had like 20 minutes left in the movie. I was like, I'm gonna finish this movie while we're setting up, and I predicted the ending straight up. I was like, I thought he was having a mental break though.
I will say, right when it came down to reveal the killer, the character Axel threw me for a loop. because he said, "Just shoot us both," and I was like, "Okay, maybe it's him." I was like, maybe it's him. Maybe he's trying to get her to lower her guard. And then he's like, he's right behind you. I was like, okay, it's Jensen.
Yeah. He I thought he had a mental break because it tells that he was in a psych ward and he was taking meds and all that.
Yeah, I did not expect a possession.
Yeah, because like at the end he says, "It's you, Harry. Are you in there?" And he just says, "Yeah, I'm right here." And it's heavily implied that he's possessing him.
Yeah.
Now, at least that's what we're getting from it. This is a remake.
Yeah.
The original, I have seen the original. This is my first time watching the remake. I was never allowed to watch it when I was younger. But the remake, I wouldn't say it's better, but I think it's told better. And the ending's like a lot better too, because the ending of the remake, there's like a cave in and he like tears his arm off and runs off deeper into the mine. That's how the movie ends. But Jensen Ackles in this role was really good.
Yeah, I felt like he was just playing Dean again.
He did act like he was playing Dean. What do you think about the kills? Every horror movie, you got to talk about the kills, man.
It was just terrible CGI.
A lot of us. It's because it's that era whenever like everyone's really pushing 3D.
Yeah,
and
I don't.
Tried.
Yeah,
so
I
hard.
remember this movie being advertised, and it's like, "Come watch it in 3D."
Yeah, and you can tell this because like they overhyped the 3D in this movie. There's like every scene needs to be 3D.
Yeah.
So every scene looked animated. They did have some cool practical effects. Like when they ripped the sheriff's jaw off, right at first it was practical. Then when it flew off, it was all CGI and it looked retarded. Like, and then they had a woman in when they put the nanny in the dryer, her body falling out. That was all practical. It was pretty cool. It looked all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, just did not care for this movie.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.5. I might lower it to a 3, but again, I watched it like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So like, I might lower it down a little bit and let that settle. That might be recency bias. But yeah, I'll probably give it a 3, 3.5, something like that. But now these are our big movies we're moving on to, though. Unless you have something else you want to say.
No.
Which one do you want to review first? We went and watched a double feature.
All right. We can do Hard Eyes if you want.
Hard Eyes works for me. What'd you rate Hard Eyes?
2.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
So Hard Eyes. Oh.
Yeah, this movie is just everywhere.
It really was. So I'll say before I want to start this one, I went into it so like hyped for another like slasher around a holiday, kind of like Thanksgiving. Cause you know how much I love the Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
And so like, I went into it so ready, and like you said, this movie it didn't know where it wanted the story to go. Like
I think it knew where it wanted its story to go. It was just it was just everywhere.
The way it was told was like messy. Like they wanted you to do like a guess who done it kind of deal,
but they didn't really offer too many characters to do that.
Exactly, and you can't really guess who done it with no characters.
I jokingly said
you jokingly guessed so we should do a spoiler free, or do we want spoilers?
Go ahead and do spoiler free.
So yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Spoiler free for me. Like I said, this movie was everywhere. The storytelling was kind of everywhere. The way it's executed everywhere, but the actors were really good. I can't remember the female actress name. It's Olivia something. She was fantastic. And then you have the male actor from Scream. He was fantastic in this movie. They actually surprisingly had really, really good chemistry in this movie, I thought. The romance aspect of this, because it is a Valentine's Day movie, was really good. Like, if it wanted to be just a romantic movie, it could have been, but they added a little slasher into it. Like, I think it focused too much on that aspect than the horror aspect. But if you definitely want to go see some solid kills, it definitely has some solid kills.
Yeah.
Solid kills, solid gore, solid practical effects. And yeah, and I honestly, Hard Eyes could be a new killer. I'd watch a sequel. I probably wouldn't go to the theaters and watch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'd watch it at home. But I'd watch a sequel. I'd be interested in it. But what would yours be? Your spoiler free?
My spoiler free?
Yeah.
Wait for streaming.
Wait for streaming.
It's not worth the theater visit.
Fair. You want to drive into spoilers, or you want to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into spoilers.
Okay, yeah. You can't really talk about this movie much without spoilers.
Yeah, no.
It's a big mystery. But yeah, so this is your spoiler warning for this.
I jokingly predicted there's multiple killers, but I jokingly predicted one of them. I predicted that there'd be 2 killers. I was wrong. There was 3.
That's true. I forgot there was 3.
And it was just, I don't know. One of the IT guys shows up, and I'm like, oh, there's the killer.
Jokingly. And it was the killer.
He was one of the killers. So I thought that the killers was going to be the 2 detectives.
I thought it was the male detective.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the 2 detectives. It turned out I was half right. It was the female detective.
The female detective. His partner.
Shaw.
They called him Hobbs and Shaw, and she's just like the movie?
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Go ahead. So, the killer's motive. That's just stupid. Like, there's been a lot of killers, like in slasher movies, there's been a lot of motives, a lot of stupid motives. This might be the stupidest. You just kill people because you're into it. It's your kink.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've only seen the first one. But isn't that like, I mean, I know it's not their kink, but don't they just enjoy doing that in Scream?
No. They had like a whole thing against her mom and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Her mom had like slept with his dad or something.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's taking that out on her. Something like that.
Okay.
Again, it's been minutes I've seen Scream too, but yeah, no, it's not like they just like it. I think the 4th one's killer, her cousin, when it's her cousin, it's just because they want to be famous. That's like the stupidest one in the whole franchise, I think.
Probably need to watch those movies.
We're going to have to with the new one coming out.
When's it coming out?
Next year.
Yeah. Hard Eyes is made by the same people that made Scream.
Yes.
So that's why one of the reasons I predicted 2 killers.
Yeah.
I know they just like throw in a 3rd one.
So
actually, that was the funniest part to me when they killed the first guy and they took his mask off. Who the fuck is this?
That was so funny. Because he took his mask off. You looked at me in the theater and said, "Who's that?" And then he said the exact same thing, and I was like, "He said, oh, okay." Like they don't even know. Okay. Yeah, okay. that is funny. Yeah, I think the reason, again, this movie's doing okay. Like, there's been a lot of positive reviews. There's, it's gaining some traction, not a lot. But I think the reason that it's kind of suffering is because it's made from the people who made Scream. There's a lot of controversy behind that whole studio right now.
Why?
Because they fired Melissa Barrera, the girl who plays the elder sister in Scream, because she had posted some political things to her Twitter.
Okay.
And then, because they fired her, Jenna Ortega quit, and they had to recast the entire new Scream movie. Like, rewrite it and everything. They brought Matthew Lillard back. That's confirmed. That should have been in our movie news.
Oh, yeah.
But he is confirmed to come back in this one.
I thought he died in the first one.
Supposedly. But everyone's argued for years online that wouldn't have killed him. He had a TV dropped on his head. I don't think it would have killed him.
No. It's going to be real funny if he's like crippled in a wheelchair and makes like a 5-second cameo.
No, I would be so bad.
He is now Stephen Hawking.
Shut up. The kills in Hard Eyes was really, I think the funniest scene was when she was trying to hide her dildo.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. That was so funny. Because he comes into her apartment, she sees it, and she's like grabbing it, trying to hide it. She goes down in her closet, opens the door, it's the killer.
Yeah.
That was funny. There's the scene, I think the most, I'm going to say the best kill of the movie was when they were hiding in that van, and that guy takes that wrench and like puts it in that guy's mouth and drops that woman's head on it. That was probably the coolest kill in the movie.
Yeah.
Other than the decapitation at the end.
Yeah, no. That kind of made me mad because she would have been dead instantly.
Yeah, I know. She was like still moving around and blinking her eyes and stuff.
Yeah, unless it was like she had like some kind of weird nerve thing going on.
I think they definitely left it open for a sequel. Ooh, can we talk about the opening kill? I've never wanted someone to die so much in my life.
Oh, yeah.
That couple. So there was a couple who was getting engaged at the beginning of the movie. And
it's a forced engagement.
Forced engagement, yes.
They're trying to get pictures of it.
And the woman has set everything up, and he has to do everything to a T, and the photographer has to take pictures at a certain moment. And she is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, I have never wanted someone to die in a movie in my entire life as bad as I want this one to die. And it was so funny. Like, because she had one of the most gruesome deaths. Putting that juicer.
Oh, yeah.
So the photographer's death was pretty cool too. He took a picture right as he went to stab him through the lens of the camera, and then he chases her into an apple orchard thing, and puts her in a juicer and juices her.
It was a wine orchard.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, I gave it a 3.5. I'm pretty solid with that rating.
Yeah, 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Wasn't a bad movie. Wasn't a good one, but it wasn't a bad one.
Yeah. Sequel comes out, I'm waiting for streaming.
Probably. I might. If there's nothing else out, I'll watch it.
Unless we end up talking about it on here.
Yeah. But the last one, I liked this one a little less than I did in Hard Eyes.
Oh, no, I love this one.
I didn't like this one that much. Love Hurts.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
3.5 out of 5.
Give it 2.5. What'd you think about it?
I really enjoyed it. I can't pronounce.
Can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, Ki Hwa Kwan. He's a great actor.
He's a fantastic actor.
He is a very good actor. This is somebody that genuinely seems like they are happy with their new life after leaving, triads or whatever.
Yeah.
He just seems like he's generally happy, and now he has to get sucked right back into it.
Right. So, spoilers ahead, because do you want to do spoiler free? We can if you want.
I'll do a quick rundown of the movie. It's a great movie. Marvin Gable, the main character, is basically the same thing as John Wick. He gets sucked back into his old life of crime after starting over and starting a new life. And
being successful in that life.
He's very successful in this life. And then his ex-girlfriend, who he was supposed to have killed, comes back and comes out of hiding. And now he's getting hunted down by his mafia boss brother. And they have to try and clear everything out.
Yeah, basically.
So after this, spoilers ahead. Be warned.
So
Puppy monkey baby.
Shut up. Okay. So I'll tell you my problems with this movie. While the fight scenes are amazing, and I absolutely love they are so creative and cool, they're so far and few in between.
I don't know. It seemed like they had a pretty good bit in there.
4 fight scenes.
You sure it's just 4 fight scenes?
The office at the beginning.
His house.
Their house whenever he was selling it. And then the ending. Am I missing one? The rest of it was backstory and dialogue, which is fine.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think they had enough fight scenes. Like, I don't think it was too few.
I think it was too few.
I don't think it was too few.
I think it would have benefited from 1 or 2 more.
Maybe, but I feel like the story would have suffered.
I don't think it did a good job of telling the story. Personally, again, that's just my opinion, but I think that they're generic characters. Characters we've seen a million times in movies. Nothing interesting about them. They're developing characters that we know, but we know what was unique? The fight scenes.
You just said that, but you give me terrible horror movies all the fucking time.
Listen, I'm not trying to crap on this movie. I did enjoy myself. I liked the movie.
And for some reason, Sean Astin died again.
Who's Sean Astin?
He's the guy who plays Samwise in the Lord of the Rings movies.
He dies in everything.
Yeah,
he just dies in everything. He was the worst death in this movie. Like, that was sad. Did he stab with a straw?
Yeah, he got stabbed with a boba straw. That was the hardest death of the movie.
Right?
Yeah.
He was a good dude. I like the fight scenes are so choreographed, and the main character, he's gonna be like the next Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's the next Jackie Chan.
Does his own stunts, does his own fights.
Yeah, I think they're around the same age.
Are they really? That cannot be right.
I think they're like 10 years apart.
That cannot be right. He's the little kid in the Goonies.
Where's my phone? Yeah. Jackie Chan, I think he holds the world record for most movies, though.
We're back. We have the answer.
53 for Ke Huy Quan and
70 for Jackie Chan.
Yeah, 70 for.
See,
I'm just gonna start calling him Short Round.
Okay. So, okay, I really like this actor. Like, he's really good.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I've watched bits and pieces of it.
I hate that movie. Hate it. It won like 6 or 7 Oscars. I watched it twice. I mean, I watched it back to back. It's a 2.5 hour movie, something like that, maybe longer. But I watched that movie like when I had some free time, like in between things I was doing, and I wasn't really paying attention to it, and I didn't understand it. So I was like, and I watched the entire thing. I was like, this seems like an acid trip. So I literally like sat down, restarted it, watched it like full attention to the movie. Still couldn't tell what that movie was about. Something about multiversal travel that is so stupid, but the one thing that is fantastic about the movie is this actor.
Have you ever seen The One with Jet Li?
No.
And it's got Jason Statham in it?
No.
Okay. That's so Jet Li is traveling across the multiverse, killing every version of himself. Because it's been a while since I watched it, but I think every time he kills a version of himself, he gets more powerful. So he's doing that, and Jason Statham is hunting him, and they're trying to protect this one version of Jet Li. But it's basically that movie, but more complex. Okay. Everything Everywhere All at Once is basically The One with Jet Li, but more complex.
Fair. Everything Everywhere All at Once with him in it was like there was a scene where they went to a multiverse or a universe where they had like hot dogs for fingers. There's one where they were rocks. They were rocks for like a solid 8 minutes, just chilling there, no dialogue, subtitles back and forth.
I didn't see. Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces.
So dumb.
That's funny.
That is so stupid. And the fights were good, and Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie.
Oh yeah, I did see her in that movie.
I hated the movie. I've seen it twice. Oh God. Anyway, he's the best part of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and he's the best part of this movie. The fights are fantastic. What do you think about the guy with the blade on his hand?
I thought that was impractical.
It was impractical. It was 100% impractical, but it was so cool.
Yeah. I feel like that would end up hurting your feet.
Maybe.
Because he had the blades in his shoes, and he's like, yeah, come on.
And he was like 7 foot tall, like just throwing blades. Like,
yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that he was also a poetry writer.
That was really funny. That was really funny. The ending of this was really good. I'll give you that. It was a really action-packed ending.
Yeah.
It's kind of anticlimactic, just a little bit.
Yeah, but he didn't have to kill his brother himself.
Yeah, but still, he's a little anticlimactic. But I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I'm glad we went and watched it.
I liked it pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. But you gave it a 3.5. I gave it 2.5. But we're it's a little short of an episode. You want to give me any predictions you got for the new Captain America movie? Let's talk about it since we're going to be, watching it this week.
I do think that it is. I think it's going to set up Doctor Doom.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
know. That's a stretch, I think.
I don't think it's going to, do anything within the movie, but I think there's going to be a cut scene or, a after credits scene or something that mentions Doom.
Maybe.
Because it's been a minute since we heard anything. Because, the only thing we've heard about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom is Robert Downey Jr.'s playing Doom.
That's true. They might be saving him for Fantastic Four, though.
They more than likely are. But I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there.
Right. No, I feel you. I want to say that the Hulk's going to show up, but I know he's not.
Yeah, I know. It's using all
the Hulks. Yeah.
Like the leader.
The leader, Thunderbolt Ross is Red Hulk. I've heard that what's her face is back, Betty Ross.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, I heard that she's back in this movie.
Well, that's his daughter.
But why give us all the Hulk characters? I might as well throw Abomination in there while you're there.
Yeah,
I
like that they fixed him in She-Hulk.
They did. They gave him a better look, I think. Not really a better look, they gave him a more goofy look, but they gave him a better character development.
No, they gave him. I'm talking about how they made him more comic book accurate.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. I liked his look better in the original Incredible Hulk, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marvel's really getting...
I don't know. I know why they're failing. I think they know why they are, too. It's just, I don't know why they're not fixing it.
Right. If they know the problem is, why not change it? Well, I've also heard people say that this movie was rewrote, reshot, re-edited, reshoots.
I mean, maybe this is a product of them trying to correct their errors.
Maybe, and I don't expect this to bomb. But I don't expect it to be a knockout neither.
Yeah.
How many Marvel movies we getting this year? 3?
I know we're getting... after this, we got Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. We could get another one announced, maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I think we're only getting 3 this year.
Yeah, because we only had 1 last year, didn't we?
We did.
It was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Huh. I don't know. Marvel don't get people hyped for the... I think they're ruining the multiverse saga. Well, that's a lot to do with Jonathan Majors as...
They're bringing him back.
I know, I saw that. As Kang. The fact that they tried to lead up to the Kang Dynasty and try to make Kang the villain, but then everything went down with Jonathan Majors, and they was like, hurry, switch villains, switch actors.
Yeah, no. That is a Disney problem.
Yeah.
Because Disney has this... I don't know what it is. As soon as they hear bad press about somebody, they won't let anything go to trial or nothing. They just let them talk it out online. All right, this guy's out. That's what they did to Johnny Depp with Amber Heard. They blacklisted Johnny Depp. And now...
They want to pay him an insane amount of money to come back to play in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But, they're just trying to be better safe than sorry, which...
I get that, but...
What do you think about...
innocent until proven guilty is what I believe.
I agree. What do you think about the movie being boycotted?
Oh,
we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
No, it's fine. I've never really seen a point in boycotting a movie.
Right.
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
Right.
That's all there is to it. If it's good, it's good.
For those of you who don't know, it's being boycotted a lot because Anthony Mackie had said that Captain America is not about America, it's about integrity and honor.
Captain America doesn't represent America, which I don't agree with that statement. You can't call yourself Captain America and not represent America.
I don't know.
You can't.
The comic books state otherwise.
What? Okay, what does it say in the comic books exactly?
Okay, the comic books is there's dialogue between Captain America and I can't remember the other character, but he specifically says that him being Captain America does not represent the country. He represents the values of America. He represents like everything America should be: freedom, strength, and
America.
Right, but it's not.
It's still representing America.
Maybe, but
he's representing America, whether it's America's dreams, values, or what. It's America. You can't have a name called Captain America and not represent America.
Fair. I mean,
that'd be like Chuck E. Cheese mascot saying, "I don't represent Chuck E. Cheese."
I don't think it's the same thing.
It is the same thing, because it's Chuck E. Cheese's. Chuck E. Cheese don't represent Chuck E. Cheese's.
Okay.
You can't cheese that Chuck E.
We're getting off. What are we talking about here?
I don't know. I'm real fired up on America right now.
America.
No, you can't just call yourself a name and then say you don't represent that.
I don't know. Like I said, the comic books I think state otherwise.
It doesn't state otherwise. It proves my point.
No, even in like the Civil War, whenever they want him to sign for like the government or the government accords or whatever it is,
America is against government. Right.
Okay. I guess I don't think. I think
everybody hates the American government, even Americans.
Even Americans.
But Americans love America.
That's fair. All right, you got me. There is a point, too, whenever... And again, this is addressed in the Captain America trailer as well. It's addressed in the comic books as well. Whenever... I think it's Ross in the comics. I know it's Ross in the trailer. Someone wants Captain America to be an official position. And
I watched an extended clip on that. He wants to make Captain America an official military position, and he wants to bring the Avengers back, even though he was the one who started the Sokovia Accords. And that's like their big thing.
I keep forgetting the Avengers are like disbanded now.
Yeah, they're still technically disbanded. They never got back together.
Right. They just
all showed up and started fighting together.
Oh, they really need to get that. I think they're going to fix that with the Young Avengers.
Yeah. Because
they're really introducing a lot of young characters like, Scott Lang's kid, Cassie.
Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk, Scar. They are doing...
I think they're going to do a new Avengers.
I think they're going to do the Young Avengers. They're doing that with the Thor, the girl who Thor's got basically a daughter now, the new Hawkeye girl.
I think Thor's still signed up for a couple more movies.
Oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth ain't going nowhere.
No,
he's making that money, so he ain't going nowhere.
No. Yeah, he. I think he enjoys his character.
Oh yeah, I think he's one of the few that enjoy his character.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not saying that. I don't think that the rest of them didn't enjoy their character. I think they're just tired of playing the same role.
But I see only two not going anywhere: Thor and Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't know. Mark Ruffalo.
I don't know. I think you give Mark Ruffalo a little bit more and he's gone.
I don't know.
He's getting old.
Yeah, but he doesn't really actually have to train or anything. He just puts on a suit.
He just puts on a suit and it's all CGI and everything. So
Chris Hemsworth enjoys being in shape.
That's true. But I mean, unless you want to say anything else about these Marvel movies coming up. Which ones are more anticipated, Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four?
Probably Fantastic Four because I know more about them. I know more about the Fantastic Four than I do the Thunderbolts.
July's going to be a big month for movies.
Yeah. My most anticipated superhero movie this year is the Superman movie.
My most anticipated is Fantastic Four, but my most, rooting for is Superman.
I don't know. I think it's going to be great.
I'm rooting for it so much because I want it to be great. I want James Gunn to knock it out of the park.
I think it'll be really good.
Well, yeah, David Cornswell. I don't got a lot of faith in him as Superman.
What have you seen him in exactly?
That's my point.
But you're not. Why can't you haven't seen him in nothing, so you can't put no faith in him?
Not for a big character.
I don't know. He seems like a good Superman. I don't know about his Clark Kent, but he seems like a good Superman.
We shall see.
We shall see.
5 more months.
All right. So you guys comment.
Next episode, we will be reviewing.
Oh yeah.
So we will be reviewing the new Captain America. Obviously, we've been talking about that for a minute.
Yeah.
We are going to be reviewing Dragon Ball, the entire first series of Dragon Ball.
Yep. And then Dragon Ball Evolution. Now this is going to be the only movie that I expect you to hate. I'm giving you this movie.
Love it? What if I just give it a 5 out of 5?
Well, then we're done with the podcast.
Okay.
You can't call yourself a movie aficionado and like this movie. But,
okay.
Yeah. So, Dragon Ball Evolution, Dragon Ball, and
Kick-Ass 1 and 2.
Kick-Ass 1 and 2. Right.
Kick-Ass is my favorite superhero comic book property. I absolutely love it. Other than Marvel and DC, obviously, but the off-brand superheroes like Spawn, Hellboy, stuff like that. I would prefer to watch Kick-Ass. I like the comedic and the action and the realism. I cannot wait to rewatch these movies. I love them so much.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to the Dragon Ball Evolution too.
Yeah, I just hope you hate it.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. Your favorite character is not even in it.
Krillin?
Yeah, Krillin's not even in this.
I've almost finished the original Dragon Ball series. That's why we'll be reviewing it next week. I'm like,
yeah. We also have a bet riding on this. If he doesn't get it done by Friday, 2 days from now, then I'm crossing out a show and never watching it ever. It's a show that Gotham. He's been wanting me to watch it for a minute now.
fair. Would review Gotham too. I love Gotham. All right, that's it for this episode. Subscribe, do the things.
All right. Later, Gator.
Later.